Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream in the year 2025. Are we in the future? I think we are. We've made it. We've made it. I still have technical difficulties, but it doesn't matter. We're here, right? We made it to a quarter of through this century, and it's been garbage. Honestly, it sucked. It just sucked. You think it would have gotten better? Not yet. Is that up to us? I suppose it is. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of the show. And I don't know what Obedient to Ya just did. Gifted 10 subscribers. Is this new where you can gift subscriptions? Thank you so much, Obedient. I assume that means I make money, and I'm pleased with that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, dude. Oh, man. I'm glad the holidays are over. I really am. I hate traveling during the holidays. I hate being in the airport. But it's over. So there's no need to continue to gripe on that. And everyone got Christmas presents, and everything is done. It's done. So we gotta wait a whole nother year. I'm fine with that. I didn't grow up with Christmas, right? And now that I have Christmas, I'm an adult with kids. So it's like, I don't get to rip open presents. No, I get a fucking bill. A long one, right? But they enjoy it. I can't take it from them. So, there you go. Thanks so much for coming, everybody. We're going to talk about Justin Trudeau's dad, Fidel Castro. And the man slayed. Honestly, he slayed. He was a good-looking cat, led revolutions and stuff, was a communist. I don't know that much about Fidel Castro. I know he slayed the puss, all right? So what more do you need to know about Fidel, the old fellatio Castro? That one's a work in progress. We're going to keep working on that. We'll give it a shot. But yeah, he definitely banged Justin Trudeau's mom. Even if he's not Trudeau's mom, or Trudeau's dad, which he absolutely is, he definitely banged that chick. There's a lot of very spicy photos. Not like sexual, but come on. Come on. And they look exactly the same, too. Although this documentary is about another girl, but I'm going to be alluding a lot to Justin Trudeau. Obviously. Because I'm going to be doing that, right? And it's my show. And it's 2025. We're in the future. I get to do whatever I want, right? I get to do whatever I want. This is my show. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to raise my blood pressure, right? We're going to ease into this year, okay? Because I feel I'm constantly up here. I feel like I'm constantly up here. Do I need to be up here? No. I have no worries in my life. I have nothing to do. I am fine. I have a wonderful family. But somehow, am I just too involved? Am I, so I took a break from Twitter, because I decided, it's not gonna last long. It's not gonna last long. I love Twitter, and let's face it, I'm good at it. I just troll the best. I'm the best troller. I'm really, really, really good at it. Honestly, and I'm not, like, trying to brag or, like, toot my own horn, but let's be honest, if there was a top 10 list, I would be number 1. I would be the top troll, right? I mean, congratulations to me. Congratulations to me. I'm the best at it. And you guys are here supporting me for that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you, Obedient, for gifting 10 subscriptions to the Incredible Sulk. I'm sure that was, what, it's $50? Thank you. I really appreciate that. I actually don't know how much that is. I assume it's $50. So thank you so much, Obedient. I really appreciate your support. And I appreciate the support of the rest of you, too. Of the rest of you cultists. You depraved, sex-craved maniacs. You're good people. Sex-craved, yes, and cultists. So, you know, no one's perfect. No one's perfect, right? That's the beauty of life. You're not born perfect. You're never going to become perfect. But life is about the challenge of trying to be at least a little bit better. At least trying. If you don't try, then you're just a shit person. So don't be a shit person in 2025. You're a cultist now, and you're a representative, all right? Don't be like those Jehovah's Witnesses that go around bothering people. No. What I want you to do is just leave a sign in their front yard. I'm sure people will have no problem with this. Advertising the cult. It's basic marketing, okay? It's just basic marketing. That's it, right? And you're gonna have to put some sort of like electric shock or something in case they try to take it out. I don't think that's a crime. As far as I know, as far as the many years of law school I went to, which is 0, that is not a crime. So, thanks for coming, guys. I hope you guys are ready for this documentary, and I hope you guys are ready to learn and enjoy and talk and chill out. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna chill out. So, get comfy. Get cozy. Get a nice glass of cognac. Maybe a nice port or vermouth. Does anybody drink vermouth straight? No. Nobody would do that. And if they do, they deserve to be shot against a wall. And that's related to Fidel Castro because he's a communist, right? Helicopter rides and get against the wall and all that jazz. All that jazz. If you're driving, please be safe. Keep your eyes on the road. Do not comment. Unless you want to donate, then pull over and donate. Then I'm fine with that. If you're working, why? So you can feed your family? Somebody you got rooked, man. You got rooked. You know there's like food all over the planet, like in the ground and stuff. You dig it up and you feed your family a potato. They're fine. They are fine after that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming. This is the Sulk stream. It's January of 2025. You think this is the end? It could be the end. Could be the end. Buckle up. 2024 was crazy. 2023, and ever since 2020, it's just been a dog shit pile of big old pile. I had to pick my dog up from the police station today. He ran off, and somebody picked him up, and they took him to the police station, and he was just hanging out in a staff meeting. He was like one of the officers, right? And they loved him. Of course they love him. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. He's fine, by the way. Anyways, this is the Sulk stream. I am the Incredible Sulk, and This is called Fidel's Father. My Father Fidel. That's what it's called. Enjoy. Enjoy. Here we go, guys. First episode of 2025. Let's see. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger. Banger! What do we got? Oh, it's popping. Let's see. Ardenshire is first. Good man. Esteban. Couch surfing. Background noise. Obedient. La 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 la. Rick. Metal Hobbit. You're new. Welcome, Metal Hobbit. Oh, and he's a subscriber. He's got the gold bell. The gold bell's good. To Madri. Onias, what's up? Thought. Hey, Thought. That's not my baby. That's not my baby. I thought it was my baby. It's not my baby. He's 6 months old.
Will you ever forgive your father?
If you're asking me if I'm going to forgive that I had to escape my country with a daughter, that I've been harassed for so many years here in America, if I'm going to forgive...
I don't think Cubans should be able to get citizenship when they land on America. I just don't think... I don't think anybody... I really don't like this, like, how you're born in America makes you an American. A lot of countries don't do that. They do by blood, so your parents have to be a citizen and stuff like that. But not in America. You just show up and you shit out a kid, and then you're a citizen. That's that's caused problems. That's caused a lot of
very
problems.
Uncertain future.
Hey, Ram.
No?
You guys miss me on Daywave? The hosts don't. They must not. I'll be on tomorrow. That's a sweet jalopy. Is it a jalopy in Cuba? Look at that thing! Is that... Oh, man.
63 years.
I feel like it. I bought a new car, and, like... I could have had one of these Cuban jalopies, right? That's like held together with, it looked like electrical tape. And they were putting, I assume, water into the radiator. This is the radiator up here. I don't know what they're doing over here. Oil? Nope, that's not oil. I don't know what they're doing. Antifreeze? They're doing something with the car, but they got it going. They're going because in Cuba, they don't have any imports. There's an embargo, right? So... every car they have is like 50 years old because they can't get new cars in. So they just keep them going. It's not, I mean, they figured it out, I guess. I mean, that's like...
Normalmente taxi. Y antes profesor de español en una escuela. El salario no era mucho.
First-rate Cuban engineering, says Scott. Yeah. Right? Look at that thing. And I bet it rips too. I bet they were putting like grain alcohol into the gas tank or like the carburetor or something like that. And he's gonna step on the gas, and there's gonna be a blue flame shooting out the back. And there you go. There you go. Cars today are too complicated. They got too much shit going on, right? There's all these computers and stuff, and if there's one nuclear blast, an EMP is going to wipe out every car on the road except for these Cuban cars that are cobbled together with like bricks and chicken wire, and they still run. They still run, right? It's just 1950s cars. There's nothing really that can go wrong that can't be fixed. You buy a car in 2025, it's going to have a million computers. They're going to break all the time. And again, the EMP thing. One EMP, and it's a hunk of junk. It's a hunk of junk. And every car is like 6 figures, too. 6 figures. My wife made a good point, how our car cost more than her parents' house when they bought it. And that is despicable. I mean, I know money is worth less these days, but that's bullshit, man. How much longer are we going to continue doing this where our car is going to be $1 million in like 5 years? Are we still going to do that? You're going to say, like, I make 6 figures a year, but you can't eat at McDonald's because it costs too much? Is there an end to this? I know it started in, like, the 70s, right? When Nixon removed the dollar from the gold standard. Temporarily, right? Fucking dickwads. Every time the government says something is temporary, that means it's never going away, right? Unless there's a definitive date, it's not temporary. This is why they put in, like, oh, because of terror, we're going to temporarily give the government much more power, right, than they should have. Temporarily. So everybody's cool with it, right? Everybody's cool with the temporary police state that we're going to throw down on people. Everyone's cool with that, right? It's just going to be temporary. A few days, a couple months at most, and then 20 fucking years later, right? You're like eating your cricket bar or whatever at the back of the Snowpiercer train trying to fight off other hobos. Right, honey?
You know you're echoing a little bit.
Am I echoing?
I thought you were reading chat. I just thought you were ignoring it. Yeah, it sounds like another mic's on, maybe. I thought you saw it, and your cat's in here now, so.
How's that?
Two problems.
How's that?
I don't know. They'll tell you.
How's that?
You want me to take her?
I mean, she's fine. She's okay.
Mrs.
I'm not muted, all right? I am the opposite of muted. There's too many Johns. Am I muted? Okay, so Obedient saying, I trust Obedient. I don't trust Esteban. I don't trust couch turfing. I don't trust... There's a lot of strangers. Okay, there's a lot of strangers. There's 47 of you. Hit the like button, you guys. Please, hit the like button. So I am no longer multiple Johns. I only have multiple personalities. And most of them are a lot nicer than this. Most of them. I only bring them out during the holidays to trick people. But most of the time, I'm not John. Esteban says, I wouldn't lie to you, John. Trust me. Nope. Not even a little bit. I love this banger, though. Is this Pitbull? This is Pitbull, right? Like the guy driving the car and on the radio? That's the same guy.
¿Cuál es, compañero? ¿Cuál es un compañero de aquí?
Looking at him right now, he looks suspiciously like Justin Trudeau, doesn't he? He looks like Justin Trudeau. Look at the face, right? The nose and the eyes, the eye ridges and stuff like that. I'm going to see if I can bring up a picture of Justin Trudeau.
Los compañeros de allá. Los compañeros de allá. Partido Comunista de Cuba.
I hate French names. I really do. Trudeau.
In Cuba, the revolution has been underway since 1959. Fidel Castro is one of the most emblematic figures of the 20th century.
Trudeau.
Some regard him as a revolutionary hero. He challenged the injustices of capitalism from an island barely 90 miles from the United States. Others deem him...
Hold on, I'm looking for a good one. I'm looking for a good
half
one.
a century, it never occurred to the people that he could be replaced. He nationalized practically everything.
Yeah, okay, nationalizing things is usually a bad idea. It usually just ends up pretty bad. This is not full screen. Nope, that doesn't work. But you look at him, right? He looks like Castro. That's all I'm saying. He looks like Castro.
Cloven-hoofed harbinger of punishment with his...
That's not Castro.
Not grown in decades.
Let's see if I can
There's
find a
no
different
freedom
one.
of speech, no opposition. If you don't like it, you can swim wherever you want. Today, 2 million Cubans live abroad, most of them in Miami.
Most of them in Miami. And a lot of people thought, it's fine if they come over because they're going to vote blue, right? Apparently not, right? It seems when you escape a communist country, you don't want to be communist anymore. Who would have fucking thought? Who would have thought that when you have to float over on a door, right, 90 miles to the next place, dodging sharks and stuff, and you lose a lot of people, right? There's a couple uncles, you had a kid, maybe a nephew got thrown in, and there's a lot of sharks. I live in Florida. There's sharks everywhere. You have to walk through big, what do I want to call it? What is a group of sharks? A puddle. I'm going to call it a puddle of sharks. So you have to walk through a puddle of sharks and you kick them, right? You'll kick them with your shins and stuff. And they're kind of like puppies because they'll come up and they'll nibble you, right? They'll just give you little teeth because that's how sharks investigate things. And so people are like, oh no, I got bit by a shark. Usually the tourists will be like, no, I got bit by a shark. And they might have a scratch. And then it gets reported. And now my town has the largest amount of shark bites anywhere in the world because people think they're going to die if a shark bites them. No, the worst you're going to get is a couple stitches, right? Unless it's a bull shark, then you could most likely die. They will bite your arm off. They will bite your arm off. But there's not a lot of bull sharks here, right? But there is tons of sharks. Tons of them. I like Cuba's a cool place, right? There's a hot bitch and she's smoking a big fat Robusto and stuff without a care in the world. She's probably pregnant too, right? She's just like, I'm going to eat a lot of ham today and I'm going to smoke this gigantic cigar. And the rest of my day, I don't know. I won't do much. It's not like I'm going to sell cars or anything like that. We can't do that. Everything is from the 50s. So it seems chill. And also dangerous. I don't know how dangerous it is. Everyone's got a hat. Everyone's having a good time. I'm into it. Critical Thought says, the thing about the shark bite capital is that all those people are surfing exactly where all those other people are fishing. And again, it's not really the surfers that get bit all that often. It's the tourists that get bit who go into the chum-laden waters that fishermen are obviously chumming, right? And they're throwing bits of meat, and then some fat tourist from like Minnesota or something like that wades into the water thinking nothing's going to happen. And then, yeah, you're probably going to get a little nibble. You're going to get a little nibble. And there's going to be a million sharks everywhere. That's what's going to happen. Right? So it's people that don't know how to, hey, let's not go near the fishermen because they're intentionally attracting fish. It seems like it would be pretty easy to understand the concept of fishing. But people are fucking retarded. I don't know if it's something in the water, not like the ocean water. They're Minnesota water. That's like full of lead or something. Michigan water, right? And they're all like, this is gross, and they keep drinking it, and it's all like brown and cloudy and stuff like that. But they're poor, so they drink it anyway, right? They're all like, it's like soda, only watered down and not bubbly, and it'll give you cancer. Let's go to Florida for a vacation and swim in chum-filled waters and then expect nothing to happen. Durr. Those people fucking smoke indoors. Animals, right? Why would you live in the tundra, right? Because it gets cold up there. The tundra, where it's negative 17 degrees half of the year, at least. And then what are you going to do? I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Live somewhere nice. How much life do you have? You're going to live way up in like Minnesota and Michigan and stuff like that. Why? So you can freeze your nuts off most of the time? Oh, you stay there because of family? Your family sucks, dude. Your family fucking sucks. Leave. Leave now. Why do you think you're all fucking alcoholics? Because it sucks up there. It sucks. Just go. Get in a car and leave. I'm going to go on vacation in Michigan or something like that and then just spew hatred to the people and be like, your state sucks and you people suck. And then they're going to get all indignant and stuff. And I'll run away because they're not quick on their feet, right? They're built for winter, right? And they eat cheese and beer and stuff. So I think I'll be safe. I'm pretty sure. Madri says Royce doesn't know what he's missing. I'm going to report Royce to ICE. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start threatening it at least, right? I'm going to be like, Royce, I'm going to report you, and they're going to deport you. And then one less Cuban. And then I have not exactly solved a problem, but I kind of have, haven't I? I kind of have. So he's going to be streaming from Cuba, so his internet is going to suck even worse. It's going to be really bad. Hey, Esteban, $5. Oh, shit, where's my bell?
Tengo hoy aquí en el estudio a Lina Fernández Revuelta.
Hold on, boys.
Siempre es muy interesante.
There we go. I should have done that for obedience, right? That one's for obedient. That's what I'm going to do. Esteban, $5 says, thanks for the show, John. Do you have a Ko-Fi? Is that like some sort of dojo? I don't have a dojo. Like a strip mall dojo. If I did, you would know about it. Right? Right? You would know about that. If I had a strip mall dojo, first of all, I'd be wearing a gi every day. Every day. And if you don't know what a gi is, you ain't cool like me. It's a strip mall dojo. I think it's some sort of pajama workout gear type of a thing. I would be not a black belt. And so that's the problem. That's why I don't do it. Because I couldn't achieve the rank of black belt. So I would have like a stupid yellow belt or something like that. And I would have a black gi and it would throw it off. Right? It would clash too much for me. So thanks for asking, but my dojo dreams are just not getting off the ground.
Leer la historia de Alina.
If that is what Ko-Fi is. I don't know what it is.
Fernández Revuelta, la hija.
I don't know what Ko-Fi is.
¿Cómo se decía?
No,
Rebelde de Fidel Castro.
Yo lloré con eso. Lloré con eso, sí, porque las editoriales te...
Background noise says dojo is like a place to have an orgy. Yeah, I think that's it. Pretty sure. Wait, isn't there a bunch of kids in a dojo? So it's like a Hollywood orgy.
Que son cosas que mucha gente desconoce, ¿no?
That works.
Que las editoriales te obligan prácticamente, no.
O sea, que ese no era
Who was I fighting with
Claro que no. Un adjetivo que
the other day?
Una losa.
What was his name? That Alan Cobra, the guy from Grandma's Boy. I was having a long fight that I wasn't even involved in. Right? Other people were fighting with him, and I got bored, and I was like, I'm going to jump into this fight. And then, he's really, really bad. For being a professional comedic actor, he is so bad at Twitter that somebody in his life should be like, yo, Alan, you ain't got it. You ain't got the chops for Twitter. For some reason, you got to be in like Grandma's Boy, which is a great movie and shit. And like you have other decent-ish films. But you ain't got it for Twitter, man. You just don't, right? The weakest, lamest burns that you could possibly imagine. And I'm like, how are you successful? Not just at like acting or like comedy or anything like that. How are you successful as a person? I just feel like these are the kind of rips that would be coming from like a steel mill worker or a corn shucker, or I don't know, some low paying, maybe somebody at a desk. I don't know. How do you get into the position that you're in? Right? I know the phone is not ringing currently, and you're sitting in your backyard. I hope he's listening, right? You're sitting in your backyard smoking bones and stuff like that, because that's what he calls it, right? You're a 60-year-old man, all right? Fucking drop, just you're smoking weed or whatever. You're a 60-year-old man. It's not cool anymore, okay? If you want to smoke weed in your backyard, by all means. By all means. I'll be right there with you. But don't be like, oh, you're cool and edgy because you're smoking weed in your backyard at 60 years old. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay? Don't like tell people, look how cool I am because I smoke weed at 60 years old. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying that, right? But don't be like, look at me, my personality is weed. Because that's fucking lame. That's lame. If you're 60 years old, you should be known for something besides being friends with Adam Sandler. At least something, right? And then Jess comes in and just destroys all of my work, right? Because she's sweet and she can't help it. She can't help being sweet. So she's like, I'm a fan. I'm like, no, honey, stop it. We're bullying this man. And again, I had no reason to bully this man. He had done nothing to me. But other people were doing it, and I wanted to jump on the bandwagon. And I got carried away with it and became the star. Naturally.
Forma en que entraste a este país y me llamó muchísimo la atención. Saliste a través de España.
Ric Flair's hair says, should have recruited him to the cult. I'm still trying. The great thing about having a cult is we can kidnap people. So watch your back. I'm kidding, but not at all. Cults do kidnap people. I'm not saying that's what we do.
Claro.
Yet.
Porque me prestaron un pasaporte de una muchacha española que se falsificó en otro lado. Bueno, es algo así bastante rocambolesco, ¿no? Pero
Scott says no juice in the cult. No, there's plenty of juice, right? It just kills you.
Tuve que salir con ese pasaporte que ella tenía mi foto.
Did I do something
no voy a decir el apellido, era Victoria. Y estuve practicando.
It just poisons the cult.
Firmar como ella,
I can't get around it.
Así, ¿no?
You know?
Hazle cuento el taxista, Lina, please.
Entonces, bueno, para buscar el taxi, mi hija fue la que salió a buscar el taxi. Yo me vestí, me maquillé y me disfracé.
Okay, she's telling a story about a taxi.
Español en Cuba, en el edificio.
Most of this is in English.
Del Mella, al fondo del Mella. Entonces, cuando salí de ese edificio ya transformada, mi hija había ido.
Obediencia says, why does everyone get a hate boner for John? Come on. I have 6-pack abs. Like, dude.
Yo me fui hablando como española hasta el aeropuerto José Martí.
I'm gorgeous. What do you want?
¿No sentías miedo?
Soy un poco
I have a beautiful wife and kids. It's very difficult to make fun of me. I know it's hard to make fun of me. Also, I'm like so modest. I'm so modest and handsome. And I just have a lot of things going for me. And so, yeah, people get fear erections, hate boners, or loathe rods. I don't know. For me, a loathe rod is something that a loathe rod. I'm sorry, that's fucking ridiculous.
Corre en la sangre.
The clownishness is apparently blah blah blah. I'm trying to. Hey Amanda, Happy New Year. Amanda says she got her shirt. Send pics. Send pics to my ex. Send pics to my ex. And then I will post it and stuff like that. Yes. Good. I'm glad. I hope you like it. Right? I hope you like it.
narrador de mi vida, fíjate.
I'm working on some other
Y lo que
stuff.
hace es
too.
violar
So
la aduana e
I hope you guys like that
inmigración.
En
too.
una época en que no había
Tantos
computadora,
controles.
no,
Here, I'll
hace
drop
más de
the,
20 años. Imagínate tú, eso tú sabes. Ellos tienen unas
If
cámaras
anybody else is
fotográficas en la vista, pero yo iba
interested in a
bastante
shirt,
bien disfrazadita, llevaba una
if
gorrita
anybody,
puesta, un sobretón.
if anybody else is
Pero bueno,
interested
fue
in the shirt, I will
relativamente
drop the
fácil,
link
la
right
verdad,
here.
comparado con otra gente que hasta,
Paste.
bueno, no solo se ha arriesgado la vida,
And
sino que la ha perdido tratando de salir de Cuba.
Óyeme, Alina,
sorry, we got some good shirts. There's good shirts. There's a Thought made this one and this one, I'm pretty sure. These sell pretty well. I also have some other ones, and I will also take submissions if you guys like want to send me a shirt design. I will sell it, right? Because it's not my forte. I'm not really good at it, but you guys are.
cuéntame algo. Estuviste casada con uno de los bailarines principales del Ballet Nacional de Cuba, ¿no?
Entre otros.
Ah, sí, fueron muchos matrimonios.
Amanda said, I got this. It's not a sex cult t-shirt. Highly recommend, because this is a sex cult. You see, this is an actual sex cult. But if we have a shirt that says this is not a sex cult, it will lure the people in, thinking these aren't a pack of perverts that are going to violate me when I turn my back or when I drink their juice. And then I feel real sleepy. And then I pass out and I wake up and my belt's undone. And then I'm like, whoa. It's not. It's not. Wait. No, it is. It is that. It is that.
Un matrimonio, no otros bailarines, sí.
It's a rape shirt. It's a rape.
Cuando a uno le dice,
On the back of that thing, it should say, follow me to get raped.
es la hija de Fidel.
Por cierto,
It would be a good one. It would be a good one, right? Because if anybody followed you, they would know. They could never be like, I had no idea it was coming. Well, you read the shirt, right? You read, it said, follow me to get raped. You read the shirt. And yet you still This is good for the ladies too. You never want to be followed at night. And if you're wearing a shirt that says follow me to get raped, and maybe there's some drunk guy and he's all like, all right, this chick's going to rape me. But surprise, no, it's a whole gang of horny cultists waiting for you to follow that chick into an alley. And then we're just going to pound away, right? Just one after another. Like that one chick. God, what is that girl's name that just got pounded by like a billion Indians? The British girl with no soul anymore. It's sad. That is sad, right? Man. Nah. She had more Indians in her than like one of those Indian trains. You know, you guys know the trains in India where they're like on the top and they're all stuffed inside of it. She was one of those. She was like, I want to be that for a day. And then a bunch of people bought a ticket to ride.
Es el papá de mi niña, el bailarín. Bueno, ¿cómo se siente uno?
It's a very strange career choice.
Para mí, porque mientras estaba en Cuba trataba de negarlo. Y desde que salí de Cuba, pues lo asumí. Pensé que asumiendo lo iba a hacer un poquito más útil.
I thought it might be an advantage. But in Cuba, people know you exist. It's got to be hard being the daughter of a politician or something like that, because he's not a dictator over there. He's like revered and stuff. Like being a famous, like a politician's daughter or something like that would be hard. Like Kamala Harris's stepdaughter. I mean, it's hard being an ugly woman, but then a famous ugly woman.
Modelo de la Maison,
No,
yo me
thanks.
recuerdo que yo iba
No,
muchísimo a la
thank you.
Maison y todo el mundo decía, Alina la modelo, la que es hija de Fidel. ¿Tú te consideraste en toda esa etapa que
Obedience to Us says the gray Sulkster long sleeve hoodie is really comfy. Thank you. Thank you for buying that.
tú viviste en Cuba?
I appreciate that.
Aunque estuvieras al margen.
It's not that I make a ton of money off of those shirts, but I like that you guys are wearing my stuff, right? I should just make a shirt with my face, like my big face. just all close up like that, right? And then on the back it says, "Follow me to get raped." And then I think that'll work. That'll work. I'm sorry for getting so high def.
¿Te consideraste en algún momento una niña privilegiada? No. ¿O sí?
Mira, yo es que un privilegio en Cuba es una cosa tan sencilla como tener una casa.
Ric Flair's hair says, "Let me get on my raping shoes." Raping shoes. And Obedient says they wore raping galoshes back in her day. They're actually called clogs.
¿Ves? Entonces,
Can I get a rim shot?
Casa,
I need a rim shot.
Por cierto,
I don't have a rim shot.
Junto con la Revolución porque
Hold
era
on.
un carro de 59 que
There.
No, era un Mercedes.
I can't. I don't have a rim
siendo
shot.
encendido con un alambrito y apagado con otro.
Can we appreciate how good that joke was? Though that was a good joke. I'm gonna dream about that joke later on.
Sabemos, no sé, ustedes se fueron hace mucho tiempo. Yo hace 60
Hey, despite what you've heard.
El país está destrozado, los hospitales están destrozados, todo está destrozado. Escuelas al campo aquellas se las están repartiendo los campesinos como viviendas, ¿no?
The classrooms are being. Can we get some English?
Ciudadela, como se dice en México.
Can we get some
Se
English?
convertirán en solares. Se convertirán en solares. Y él me decía.
Amanda says, "No, make a shirt with you and Jess or underwear so I can use it for research." I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. How would, like, me and Jess underwear? Like a thong? Who would get... There's not a lot of real estate on a thong, right? So I guess it would have just been me and Jess back to back. Like, give her the thumbs up. Like some sort of buddy sitcom. It says, "Time for the raping." Something like that. I don't know. I'm spitballing.
En Miami, Cuba vive en el exilio histórico.
There's too many Cubans in Miami. I almost said Miami. Miami. Not Miami. Women's boy shorts.
Tendido como un viejo que se muere. La pena, el abandono son tu
This is church
triste
music.
compañía, pueblo mío.
I don't get church music.
Fui sin alegría.
Hit the like button, boys.
¿Qué será? ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será de mi vida? ¿Qué será? Si se
Everybody knows this song.
conoce nada, ya mañana se verá.
I need one of these. I need one of these on the air somewhere in my office or outside of the office, so my family knows to not whatever. They're fucking children. They're not gonna they're not gonna realize that daddy's on the air. They wouldn't give a shit.
Se fueron casi todos, de verdad, Los otros partirán después que yo. Yo lo siento porque amaba su agradable compañía. Mas esta vida se muere.
Despite what you heard, says, "I got sent home from work today because my sciatica is becoming a problem, so I have more free time." That's great news. I'm glad you can hang out at the cult with us and just watch my videos back and back. You know, just watch them all, right? Fluff the numbers. Really? Cat, can you... Cat! Okay. I don't know why she's...
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52.
Is this seriously a commercial?
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen.
I'm not watching a commercial. No.
For my mother, the important things were the revolution.
Amanda says I'm mean. How am I mean? How am I mean? Because I bully a 60-year-old man on Twitter? Because okay. I'm not going to come up with more examples for you because I can come up with a lot of them. But I'm going to say I'm not mean.
I would like to know.
But I can come up with a lot of them. Dude, I want to do this. I want to be in front of a big crowd of people with the microphones, and I want to be really emphatic with my well, not that, but like, well, you know, whatever, just a big crowd of people, and I'm speaking emphatically, and I have a lot of hand motions and stuff like that. It's a dream. It's a dream. It might never happen, you know? I might never lead the revolution. But it's good to have a dream. That's all I can say. We don't know how long we are going to be in this life. And if I could just eventually lead some sort of uprising or some sort of violent coup, I'd be happy. It's not much to ask. It really isn't much to ask. You know, just a small militia of devout followers, right? Devout, like, you know, will blow themselves up for me. Oh my God, the FBI is going to fucking be watching. They're going to come to my door, and then I'm going to be like, you guys don't get jokes, and then I'm going to try my best material on them. And if I can make them laugh, that's going to make me happy. If the FBI comes to my door, I'm going to try to make them laugh as much as possible. And I can do it. I bet you I can do it. I bet you I can do
She's a
it.
very strong woman. I never saw her crying or complaining about anything. But you can't say when somebody's unhappy. You can't say, you know, I would have killed for her. Then when I grew up, I realized that it wasn't the same feeling from her to me. See? Since I became
Ric Flair says you're on your own with the jihad. Sorry. It's not a jihad, all right? It's not a jihad, all right? I'm not a jihadist, okay? I'm like cooler than that. I'm like, I am a, I don't know. Some sort of orator, don't make that dirty. An orator, a very skilled speaker that leads a crowd of people in a certain fashion to do, I don't know, invade Poland or whatever.
Adolescent, I wasn't happy.
I don't know. I'm not saying I'm cut out for it. All right. I'm just saying I would enjoy doing it. And apparently, looking at that Allen guy, you don't have to be good at doing stuff to do it.
I never ever adapted
right.
socially to the whole process.
I might have a chance.
Meaning
I think I have a
that
chance.
It made the relationship between my mother and me more difficult because it was quotidianity. The country I loved, the government she trusted.
Critical Thought says, I got out of an arrest once by making the cops laugh. What'd you do? Show them your tits?
That's what
I'm sorry.
That's what I hated the most.
I'm sorry. I thought that was mean. That was... Amanda's right. I am mean. I'm a mean person.
That's the place I felt a prisoner in.
And Poland does deserve it. You're right.
Fidel Castro
You're right.
More...
I don't like Polacks. I don't like Polacks. They steal.
The one of a Cuban child that was growing up, you know, dressed in uniform, marching all the time, chanting anthems and revolutionary slogans, and, you know, see madness around me.
I don't even know what this
Hysteria,
documentary is
madness.
about.
That's what I remember. I don't remember.
I know it has to do with Justin Trudeau.
Any hate, personal.
Justin Trudeau is in this picture. Right in this picture, he is in this guy's balls. Think about that. He is in Fidel Castro's nuts right now. And he's perfectly cozy and happy. And he yearns to return to the balls. He yearns for it. He thirsts for the balls. You can tell. There's a very thirsty look for balls in his eyes. You can tell.
Hate for him. I felt betrayed, of course, by the revolutionary process in my country.
Critical Thought says, I said I made them laugh, not come. Not come. So that must be very frustrating for you. Like a guy sees your tits and then they immediately come and then that's just it? They leave? Did they leave money on the dresser at least?
I
mean, that's the deal, right?
Consider that the promises were kept.
I'm ripping on thought.
They lied to us systematically. But my mother was also...
I mean, right, you know, you're not getting any sex out of the deal, right? You show boob, and then they automatically come, and then they're like, well, thanks. And then they peace out. And then at your foyer, you probably don't have a foyer. But let's say the entrance to your house. There's probably a lot of cum on that welcome mat. Welcome mat.
Lied. My mother is not the author here.
It's
just
sticky.
a believer. The first thing
Right.
that Fidel Castro said publicly is that we were not even close.
Do they just come into the mail slot, right? They don't even come into the door, right? They just open the mail slot and they put their penis in and they come inside in your house, right? And you don't know when it comes, right? So you're just like in the kitchen getting a bowl of cereal, and then you walk, throw it, and then you slip on cum, and you're like, oh, finally, my package arrived.
Become a communist country.
A lot of cum.
He affirmed that many, many times until one day he changed his mind. One day, not in a public place with, where he usually...
Thought says, I bet some intrigue comes out about Justin Trudeau, and that's why he's stepping down. Is he stepping down? I didn't know that. I don't know things because I don't care to know things. But that is interesting that he is stepping down. To do what? To go back to acting? To go back to ski instructing? God, that guy had the sickest life. I mean, he's a good-looking dude. Don't get me wrong, right? But also, his dad, Peter Trudeau, was the prime minister of Canada, so he's rich as balls. He looks nothing like Peter Trudeau. Looked nothing, right? Because Peter Trudeau looks like Mr. Burns. I'm not even fucking kidding you. He looks like Mr. Burns. His mom was hot. He banged Fidel Castro because apparently his mom hung out in Cuba a lot with Fidel Castro without Peter. Like a lot. Like a lot. I don't know why any dude would be cool with that. Peter was a cuck. He was just a Canadian cuck. He's a cuck. I think that's where isn't that what they call Canadians? Canucks. They call Canadians Canucks. I guess they added the N to be less offensive.
Gave all his speeches. But
I guess.
In the theater, very secluded. With people already preparing the crowd. What are we? Camarades stand and said, we are communists. And from one day to another, we were transformed.
And Pumesa says, someone have cum on the mind? Yeah, thought. She's right there, dude. You can just say thought. You have jizz in your head. You have semen in your brain. And yeah, that's true.
So get to power and control.
And it's like controlling it, like the mouse from Ratatouille, right? It's just little sperm, and it's controlling thought, and it's making very stupid decisions. It's just, God, I'm so mean to thought today.
In every way.
I'm so mean to thought. I'm sorry.
Of course. You're not going to go there and say, hey, people, I'm going to despise you, use you. I'm not going to feed you. I'm not going to allow you to have new shoes. And people are going to hail you and applaud you. That doesn't happen.
Background noise says he had his own personal Cuban Missile Crisis. So he goes to Justin Trudeau's mom. And he's like, I want to CBM. ICBM. I want to see you poop. He didn't have, they weren't all gold, They weren't all gold. But he did get to see Justin Trudeau's mom poop, which is, I'm sure it was hot. I'm sure it was hot. She was a babe. There's no denying that. Is
there anything what is missing from Havana, what you can't find here?
Oh, of course. First of all, 500 years of history, at least.
Cuba looks nice. I want to go. To Cuba. Has anybody been to Cuba in this chat? Has anybody been to Cuba?
Una Virgen española, o sabe Dios
I
qué,
would like
¿verdad?
to go to Cuba.
Le dijeron que era la de la Merced.
One of the pictures belong to my mother also. It's very sad, but that's what happened. It had happened to me many times.
Despite what you've heard, it says, am I having pent up aggression from not doing a show? It's been weird not doing shows, any shows, right? Because I do 2 a day, right? That's 4 hours a day. So this is like my job. So if I'm not doing it, I feel I have been, okay, I'm a level with you guys. I've been like emotionally weird, you know, like I went and visited my parents and stuff like that. And it's tense, you know, and then you have to travel for the holidays and that's never fun. And it's just like, ugh. So I was out of my groove. I was eating garbage. And I was in like a strange place and, you know, I want to get back to normal. I feel like my whole shit has been abnormal lately. And I want to get back into my routine and my gym regiment and like all the things I do normally with my time so I can just get through life. Right? Get through life. Not that my life is bad. It's great. But sometimes you don't want it to be like tedious. And when you visit your parents, it's fucking tedious. It's just tedious. I like my things. I like my stuff. Right? I like my bed. I like my house. And like I can do things. And it's just like, the holidays. Who invented the holidays? Who did that? Who did that to me? Right? Maybe I'm going back. We're not doing Christmas or birthdays anymore. Just, you hear me? Over. Any type of jovial celebration. Right? Tell your family that I will no longer be happy around the holidays. And if they say happy holidays, I'm going to sock them right in the face. I'm going to punch them right in the nose. Right? I'll be like, Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
I had to recognize my mother's painting in somebody else's wall, which is kind of sad, but it's what has been happening for the last half a century in Cuba. People are getting rid of good things because they...
Amanda says, I had Christmas lunch with my brother and my mom. Christmas lunch. Christmas lunch. Right? They couldn't even squeeze in dinner. Right? It's a lunch. Well, it's better than a coffee date. Right? Did you guys get out of your car at least? Was it like a Christmas lunch? That's sad. But I'm not one to speak. I am not one to speak. But she said, it was fucking terrible. It made me feel like shit. I feel you, John. Manda, we are on the same fucking wavelength. We are on the same wavelength. Because it's like an obligation to see the people that birthed you and that you're like closely blood related to on the holidays. Why? When I was growing up, we did not celebrate Christmas. We didn't celebrate birthdays. And funny enough, Christmas and my birthday are at the same time. They're like a week apart. Right? So when my birthday came up and it was also Christmas time, it was a whole lot of nothing. It was just a whole lot of nothing. And it was just a whole lot of nothing. But now that I'm an adult and I have my own kids, all of a sudden I have to fly. I have to get in a fucking car, drive to a stupid fucking airport, have some big fat black guy pat me down just to make sure I'm not carrying any weapons. And get on a plane with my crying children, right? And fly to another state. Why? Why? For the love of God, why? You don't even call me on my birthday. Why the fuck would I get in a car, go to the fucking airport with my kids, stuff them into a plane, a can that goes up in the air, filled with farts. That's what a plane is, right? It's filled with farts, and it goes up 5 miles into the air. And that's not fucking scary, right? Especially with all this DEI and Boeing bullshit going on. So you're always like, should that part be on fire? No, it should not. But we have to go see family now. So, nah. Why does it land on me? Why is it my thing now? I don't. No. But it's not like they're going to come visit.
When you're in Cuba, Miami is demonized, right? And
well, at least you got a free lunch, Manda, right? At least you got that.
Exiled people leaving Miami, so it's kind of.
Yes, I'll be on Daywave tomorrow.
I'll
be on Daywave.
So, as a lot of
hey,
Cubans, I turned around until I finally ended here. I didn't lost anything by coming here. Because I never owned anything. In a communist country, you don't own anything. Anything can be taken away from you at any time. So, I never had the feeling
She's
of
got a
ownership,
point.
Of an apartment or a house or anything.
No. You can't own shit. But I like how they portray their women as sedact. And what is this? Silicona? What is this comic? Okay. Somebody screenshot that and send it to Royce and then have him, or if somebody speaks Spanish, please tell me what this comic means. Because I want to know what silicona means. Que bubas son las mujeres que nos tratan de engañar. What boobs on the woman are not tratan? I don't know what. I don't speak enough Spanish. I speak a little Spanish, but not enough.
Oh, the freedom is everything.
It's about fake titties. Yeah, I got that in that part.
How would you describe freedom?
Wasn't that difficult for
I like how they panned to the comic. They're like, look at this shit.
No, it's not difficult to be free. What is difficult is to learn your rights and your duties by being free.
Right. I got distracted by the comic. Being in a communist country, they don't want you to own things because everything is owned by the state, which sounds like it fucking sucks, right? Because you never know when they're just going to take everything from you, right? Whether you have a bad opinion and they just come in and take everything from you. And it's kind of getting that way here, right? So I'm fighting back. That's what I'm giving my garbage opinions on the internet. Maybe a lot of people don't like them, and I'm sure that's the case. I am 100% positive that most people find my views repugnant, but it is my right as an American to express those views as I see fit. And so it is my duty as an American to do so, right? You cannot let people control your language. You cannot let people control the way you speak, the way you describe reality, right? Because when people try to control language, they are trying to control reality. They're very tightly connected, right? People who speak different languages have literally different views of reality. Certain tribes can see colors that normal people can't see, specifically because they have a name for that color. They have like a name for a certain shade of green that only they can see, but everybody else cannot pick it out of a lineup, right? This is how reality is shaped by language. So when people try to control language, they are actually literally, in a very literal sense, trying to control the nature of reality, and you cannot let them do that. This is our reality. This is our job and our right to create it. If you let them take the way you speak, they are putting you in a prison, right? And yeah, they might be like, oh, it's impolite to say this. Do it. Do it, because they're going to do anything to try to change reality. They're going to make you look like a bad person. They're going to make you look like a dumb person. They're going to try to shame you and embarrass you in whatever way they can, because they are in desperate need of control. And controlling language is the ultimate control, because it controls reality at a base level. At a base level. Words are all you have. They're all you have. And they are the only thing that people can't take from you. So say whatever the fuck you want. I'm a fervent believer in the First Amendment. And even though they try to stomp on it and stomp on it and stomp on it, what you got to do is you got to lash back, man. Like every time they tell you not to say something, say it even harder. Nigger, say that. Jew. I don't know why Jew specifically is a bad word, but it is. I guess you can't say it, but you can say that. You can say that. Me as a cult leader, I am giving you permission to say exactly whatever the fuck you want. We're saying this is part of our religion. This is about religious freedom, right? Sure, it's not politically correct, but they're political and they're not correct, so fuck them, right? This is our religious freedom. And if they say you can't say that, JD, you are in England. It is illegal to say certain words in England, to express certain opinions in England. Say, it is my religious right, because, right, and have them call me, right? Have them call John, and I'll back you up, dude. I'll fucking back you up. And I'll be like, yes, I am their prophet, and I said that they can say whatever they want because we are a religious institution, whatever that means. And there you go. If you say he can't say that, then you are violating his religious rights. There you go. Boom. I have absolved you. I don't even know if we do that. We don't do that, right? We don't do that. But I am giving you the religious power, the religious freedom of saying whatever you want. That's the game we're playing, right? This is the religion that we have. And you are allowed to say whatever the fuck you want. You are allowed to control reality the way you see fit, as is your God-given right.
The oppression and the whole difficulty, dictatorship and tyranny.
Again, Rick,
It's heavily
how many fucking
romantic.
times have you done this? Hold on. Ric Flair with $2 says every single time, John. You have done that same donation like so many times. Like so many times. Not once have you been wrong. Not once.
The revolution was made a legend because of the American media at the beginning. So you had time.
Arden Chara says, and then say praise to Allah. They like that. They do for some reason. I don't want to explain the world. I don't want to explain the world. I don't, because I don't get it. I don't get 99% of shit. I really don't. I think sometimes I'm smart, but then I learn something and I'm like, oh, I've been fucking stupid this whole time. And I keep doing that. I keep doing it. As I get older and older, I'm like, oh man, I'm really fucking stupid. And then I keep getting older. I'm like, wow, I'm still this stupid. I feel like I'm getting dumber almost, which would make sense because that's what people say my opinions are. And I'm like, well, that's my religious right. This is my religious freedom. I get to say whatever I want.
I respected journalists making Fidel Castro.
Am I still on YouTube? I'm sorry. I have to check. I dropped a hard N-bomb, and I am still live on YouTube.
To appear like this, romantic
That's crazy.
figure who was the king of justice, and that's how everything started. He's
Am I still on? Sorry, I just had to check YouTube.
Manipulator of public opinion.
There's one person watching. I think it's me.
And of course,
I don't care about you,
very
YouTube.
clear, but we are not communists. Very clear.
I've seen a lot of sympathy.
JD says, Starmer gave us a warning today. Stop or go directly to jail. Tell him no. Go to jail. Right? You can say whatever you want. He can put you in jail, but you should go and do it even more because, how does that not just boil your blood? How does that not just drive you insane? You're saying I can't express my views or my opinions, or I can't make certain sounds with my tongue and my lips and my mouth. That's what you're saying. I can't, in a certain way, in a certain direction, because it is so deeply offensive to you that you're going to steal my freedom away from me at the taxpayer's expense, by the way. That's what you're going to do. How do you not just laugh and be like, well, I'm going to do it a bunch now because I know it pisses you off so much? How does that like oppositional defiance not just rise up and come out of your mouth and be like, Allah was a pervert or Muhammad fucked 9-year-olds and shit? How does that not happen immediately? Does that make me a bad person? It's not Tourette's. I know it's not Tourette's because I'm like, I'm going to say this and it's going to make people extremely mad. I don't think that's Tourette's. I think that's some sort of asshole syndrome that I've had my whole life. It's chronic. And I wouldn't say debilitating. It's fun.
The Cuban regime, even millionaires, but they're going to stay in America. They're not going to move to Cuba, except for visiting.
Critical Thought says, words cannot be taken from you, but things can be taken from you for your words. Do those things matter? Do those things matter more than your words? No, they don't. They'll take your life, but your words are still worth more. Your words are still worth more. It is how you construct your reality, how you construct other people's reality. It is worth far more than things and stuff and living. In my opinion, a lot of people don't think so, right? They have a nice life and they have like a nice car and a nice house and stuff. And, you know, they have their family. And so they're like, you know what? I'm not going to rock the boat. I want to stay in my nice little life and not say the things that I need to say. But those people are cowards. You have to say the things especially if you have kids, because yeah, they're trying to silence you now so they can put a boot on your kid's neck later. Right? So don't let them silence you now. Let them take your stuff. Let them take your house and your car. Let them take your life, but you cannot let them take your words. It's very important, right? You cannot let them control reality, and they desperately want to.
They're going to send their children to be educated there, or they're not going to.
David Thoreau says, "End of Braveheart." Nigger! Cut us off. I mean, it's an apt analogy. I mean, yes, exactly. But hit the nail on the head, David.
Go there to get health care. It's a little bit of maybe the nostalgia in many people that they don't want to give up about the way they thought when they were 25 years old.
When they were stupid. Communists are stupid people.
Fidel Castro's arrival in Havana was triumphant. He was the hero, the liberator of the Cuban people. He promised them the things they had.
Oh, is that an Owen Benjamin bit?
Elections,
I believe that.
Freedom.
I don't know much about Owen Benjamin. I've seen a couple of his streams, and he does comedy, right?
An end to oppression and bitter poverty. He promised that every Cuban would at last enjoy the rights guaranteed.
See, look at this guy. He's got the emphatic, and then he's all, the people have been stepped on too long, and I need to be doing this from a balcony or something like that. And then, like, gunshots ring out, and then a bunch of people crowd around me because I got shot.
Under the Constitution of 1940.
Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
My mother told me I was Fidel Castro's daughter when I was 10 years and a half old, which wasn't nothing that at the end surprised me either, because he was the only presence in the house. So
you must have been a stupid girl. Really? Like, you don't know who your dad is, but this dude hangs out a lot, and you like, and you seem stupid.
Until I was 10 years old, I thought my father was this bad guy that abandoned the country, which I loved because I have the greatest memories also about Orlando Fernandez, right? He
Orlando.
was tender to me when I was small. He was nice, gentle. So, and he left. They made you.
David, so you're talking about Owen Benjamin. His rhetorical movie breakdowns are crazy, insightful, and hilarious. Oh, well, that's a nice pitch for that guy's channel, but we're kind of on this candy bar. Can we eat this candy bar, please, David? Can we focus on this? And then you can go and have yourself a nice Owen Benjamin bar. All right? But first you have to choke down this Sulk cube. This Sulk, Sulk bar. Something like that. It's not pleasant. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not pleasant. And it's dry, and you can't have any milk or anything like that. But you got to choke it down. And then you can go off and have your candies and stuff, right? This is first. This is first, David.
Write down in school if you have people that abandon the country. So it was kind of very humiliated to have relatives that had abandoned the country. They made it precisely humiliating for you. You were like...
Critical Thought says, praise Allah and shalom are ironically both ways to make any situation awkward. Next time I bust a nut, I'm gonna throw up confetti and be like, Mazel Tov. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be Mazel Tov. Right? I'm not Jewish. I don't plan on being Jewish. But next time I bust a nut, I'm going to throw up confetti and I'm going to say Mazel Tov. And just, yeah, I'm sure Jess will be mortified and mortified.
Stigmatized.
I'm retarded.
So
but I think that'll be
Fidel
funny.
Castro became my father. It was like,
L'chaim.
oh,
That's what I'm gonna do.
Release. I always had the feeling that nothing was normal around me because people were
or beforehand, before like a second before, I'm gonna be like Allahu Akbar, and then that's what I'm gonna do. That's funnier. That's what I'm gonna do, right? And then she's gonna be. I'm gonna say Allahu Akbar, and then she's gonna roll her eyes, obviously unsatisfied because that's how I leaves them.
You asking me for things. It doesn't matter what. I mean, it could be a house or a pair of shoes, which I didn't have, by the way. So,
ooh, she had shoes.
The only way you have to protect yourself from that is to say, my name is Fernandez. I'm not related to him. My mother gave everything up, and she somehow also became a leper.
Critical Thought says, I didn't know the random baby/toddler we were hanging out with a lot was my sister until she was like 5. How do you not know that? Were you the older sister? And you're all like, who is this? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Who is this? What is that? What is that? What is... And then she's like 5 years old and she's like, oh, that's my sister. Oh, things are starting to make sense. That's a ridiculous family structure you have thought. That's a ridiculous thing to have happen to you. That's very strange. Is it just because they didn't tell you or they didn't want to tell you, or you just kind of like la 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 and you just didn't pick up on it? That is a very strange thing to happen.
Because nobody
I don't understand that.
I mean, no man will go and ask her to go to a party.
You had several
or to have
sisters.
dinner with because they were.
And you were like 12?
They always said, "Well, it's like a sacred
that's not
cow."
great.
You know,
That's not great.
She already belonged to a commandante.
She was a love
so
child.
And she has a daughter with a commandante.
Don't know what that means.
Will I do her? Will I help her?
What's a love
raise
child?
the commandante daughter? Everybody
Does that mean
was scared
illegitimate? because you could just say bastard, right? Let's not say love child and act like it's like something that's not. You just say bastard. We had words. See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. This is like, oh, we didn't want to make it sound bad, so we called it a love child instead of a fucking bastard, right? I'm sure it would hurt her feelings. Reality is painful, right? And sugarcoating things, although sometimes useful, is, I mean, it could be deleterious to certain situations. So honesty is usually the best policy. Love child is not. No, that you're a bastard. That's what that is. I'm sorry to your bastard sister.
Bring over you every possible reaction.
She was a one-night stand child.
If they like him,
so she couldn't stand like the rest of her life. Did she stand? I'm fucking stupid.
Or no. Or
I'm feeling stupid. I'm silly tonight.
Crazy
Mazel
love.
tov.
They hate him. Crazy hate or whatever. That's what you're gonna have. You're never gonna be yourself, and it took me many years to try to, at least convince myself that I was this human being who liked this or that or disliked this or that. I tried to live a normal life beside that relationship.
How do you not have a normal life?
I understood from the beginning that people were not reacting, basically, to me, but to him.
Dude, Fidel Castro probably had a lot of kids.
Since I became an adolescent.
He seemed like he slayed, dude. He seemed like he slayed. Because Fidel Castro wasn't a bad-looking dude. I mean, he's got like a beard, like the beard, and that was part of his look and shit. He slayed. He absolutely slayed. And, being a communist is bad. Being a communist leader is good because you get everyone's shit. Everyone's stuff belongs to you. Everybody's stuff is your stuff, right? You say it belongs to the people, but you control the people. So it's your shit, right? That's why communist leaders always have palaces and like 10 Rolls Royces and stuff, while most of the population can't afford a potato and everyone's starving to death. Yeah, that's being a communist leader is the tits, dude. The tits. Being a communist is fucking stupid. People who are communists are fucking idiots. They're scared. That's what it is. It comes from a place of inferiority. I am not good enough to hack it on my own, so I have to form a collective and take things by force with sheer numbers from people who actually deserve and earn their wealth. That's what communism is. And I understand we have robber barons and stuff, especially these days, but also in the past. And I'm not a political genius, okay? I can't fix every problem in the world. But I can point out when somebody's a douchey fag. I can point that out pretty easily. I have a really good radar for that. Okay? And communists, socialists, people like that, every single time. It's real easy. It's real easy.
And I think I put up some pretext that I had invitations here and there. I wasn't able to do it. I had to escape, and it was only possible in 1993. So I was playing roulette with my future, my immediate future, and my daughter's future for sure.
Cuban roulette?
So that's the way I felt. It was a game. If I lost, consequences would be pretty bad.
Yeah, but they wouldn't send Fidel Castro's daughter to a camp.
No, but they can send her to a hospital, which is a little bit worse.
No.
They have ways to arrive.
No. They're not doing that. They're not saying, okay, so Stalin, he had a son that the Nazis captured, and the Nazis were like, okay, we're going to kill your son unless you do something or something like that. And Stalin was like, I have no son. Even though I'm sure he had other sons. Stalin was a bad dad. I don't think Fidel Castro is going to send his daughter to like a work camp or anything like that. Most people are going to defend their offspring pretty much no matter what they do. Right? Pretty much no matter what they do, because it's something genetically inherent that your DNA, like if you kill your kid or something like that, there's something that breaks inside of your head because you're an organism that's trying to propagate your DNA. And you know that this is your child. It has your DNA, and there's something that's not going to do that. Right? I don't know. Do you guys have kids? It would make more sense if you have kids. It really doesn't matter what they do. If they're fucking retarded or they're whatnot, or you don't. Stalin was insane, though. Stalin was insane. And, yeah, Stalin was insane. I'm pretty sure. I mean, power really can drive somebody absolutely insane.
I left my daughter behind. She was my only accomplice. One American preacher, Reverend Jesse Jackson. So he went to Cuba. Fidel told him that he was going to release my daughter if her father and her grandmother also agreed. And I think that to his surprise, both agreed that she should join me. I left on the 19th. Went to Spain, came here, and the 31st December, my daughter was here. Te puedes entrar cuando escampe, puedes caminar por el costado.
David says, I suppose beyond 3 or 4 kids, you just let them figure it out after a while. How many kids does Elon have? Even the trans one is rich as fuck. Okay? And like, he doesn't like the trans one, right? But it is still his kid, even though he's insane and like, dances burlesque and stuff and pretends to be a girl. It's still his kid. So he's still rich, right? He's still rich. There's still a possibility he'll come back. I don't think he's like lopped his junk off or anything like that. So, I mean, you have to maintain that. And, you have to think that all the other people on the planet are not your progeny. And so fuck them, right? But even if your kid's a little fucking bastard asshole, it's still your kid. Look at what Biden did with his little bastard asshole. That Hunter is not a good person. Joe is not a good person either. But besides that, Hunter is fucking insane. And he smokes meth and smokes crack and bangs Ukrainian hookers. And he calls it art. Okay, do that if you want. It seems like he's really not wrapped up too tight. He seems insane. But when time came for pardon, who do you think made it on the list? There you go, Hunter, right there, right? You are absolved of all previous and future felonies. I didn't even know they could do that. I didn't know that you could pardon somebody for future crimes. I had no idea you could do that. That is really cool. I mean, I would do the same thing, right? My son is absolved of all responsibility and crimes that he will commit. He's definitely going to do it. Yeah, in a second. In a second. That's mine. That's my blood. That's my blood.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all. I don't give a shit what you think.
What area is this?
It took me many times to come here to learn the way.
It's called Miami Lakes, right?
Are they in Florida?
Yeah, the cat
That looks like Florida.
This group of friends, Mama, how long have you been sort of hanging out with them? Like a year? More? Well, it happened after I left Miami to go to Boston.
Sergio. This is Sergio's house.
Too many Cubans in
I'm
Florida.
wearing it for the first time today.
Wow, it's really nice.
You like?
She's a white ass Cuban now. There's a lot of white ones. There's a lot of Jews in Cuba too.
Yeah.
I have to. It's the new hobby. The first one I gave to my mom.
Mhm.
And it's the ugliest one, poor baby. This is the first one.
I have not been following this documentary very well.
Happy birthday. Pero me encantan los lacitos. Sí, va a Lara lazos.
Cubans getting drunk. Why don't I get drunk? Would you guys like it if I did a stream where I was drinking? I don't drink very often. I like never drink because I don't know. I just never drink. But I used to drink a lot. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe if you guys want to pitch in enough money, I will do a stream where I just get sloshed. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it'll be boring. I kind of think it would be boring. But it could be funny. I don't know. I'll think about that. Just get sloshed. And then just shout the N-word over and over like this is a Virgie stream. I watched one of his streams, and that's what he did. He just ran around, I think it was like Worlds. It was some VR thing, and shouted the N-word like 1,000,000 times at random people. And people thought it was funny. It was funny. But he was hammered. He was really drunk. He was really drunk.
This is 1918. Cuban painting, but it's the influence from European influence. Ese es Castro.
Get the fuck out of here. Castro painted that? See, this is why I can't like lead a nation, right? I don't do paintings. I'm not an artist like that. I'm a musician. I play the guitar beautifully. I really do. I'm not even fucking kidding you. I really do. I've been playing for like 20 years. I'm really good at it. But I'm not a painter. So that I guess you have to be a painter and get rejected from some sort of art school. Something like that. Oh, there we go. And it's the bell. Shut up, Bell. Shut up. Amanda says, for $10, says, just showing my appreciation for you and Jess. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you guys and your adorable family. Thank you, Amanda. We really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. And Happy New Year to you and to the rest of you as well.
Oye, hay cubanos. No, porque a mí me sorprende esto. Hay cubanos esta noche. Y dile a Catalina que te compre un guayo que.
David Thoreau says, also, if there's an asymmetrical warfare / psyop slot that needs filling, let me know where to send my resume. Right there. P.O. Box 311. Screenshot it. Send it to me. Send me that fucking resume. I know we live in the time of like science and stuff like that, but send it to me via like Pony Express, like a mailman, and like I want it like in Boston. Make it professional, okay? Act like it's a job, okay? Send it to me. I will read it on the show. I will read it. Send that shit. I will read it on the show.
Cuba, you want to leave Cuba. You're not looking Cuba everywhere else.
Love you too, Amanda. If you're talking about us,
you're going to listen
the
to
Sulk
was
family,
for you to listen there. So,
the Sulks.
The first time I had the opportunity to go to a record store, I got me Edith Piaf and the Beatles. So little by little, I went back to Cuban music, which is what I know and what I enjoy.
Está buenísimo. Eso es una como dirían los venezolanos, chévere cambur.
Thank you, man. And yes, wax seal, David. With the stamp and stuff like that, so I know if it's tampered with and stuff. It really do it up, because I want to make it a big presentation. I'll open it on the show, and I'll be like, here. If you have a scroll, send it. I know that's going a little bit far, but if you sent a scroll, I would appreciate the effort, right? You don't have to. It's not going to knock you out of the running if you don't send a scroll. But if you did send a scroll and I had to like unfurl it and stuff like that, and it had like wax seals and stuff, and it smelled good, right? Points.
Oye, pero yo estoy preocupada. ¿Cómo es que jala está más fuerte que el chupa? Es que nadie chupa esta noche. A ver, ¿cómo está la chupadera esta noche?
Obedience says, are you trying to say cipher? Isn't that like a little code? Like a little code box type of a thing? Or is cipher? I might not know what that word means. We're just hanging out in the Cuban Club now. Is this a documentary, or are we just hanging out with Cubans? Because I do this during the daytime. Good food. Dude, there's some banging Cuban food. There's like such good Cuban food here in Florida. Like it's so fucking good.
My daughter goes often to Cuba because she's allowed to. And she...
Obedience says, no, cipher is based off the word cipher. Cipher? Cipher. I'm going to call it cipher. So it's the same thing. Isn't it the same thing? It's a cipher. So it's a little coded scroll where I have to like figure it out like a national treasure. Yeah, if you want me to like try to figure out a puzzle it'll take me a while. I'm kind of stupid. But I'll do that. I'll do it the same day I do the drunk one. So it's extra difficult. And I'm like, hold on. Hold on. And it's going to be annoying. And it'll probably, I'm not even kidding you, since you guys are all fucking retarded too, it'll probably be my best grossing show, right? I'll get tons of donations for doing literally nothing. There's a lot of people that do this, that do literally nothing and make money doing it. I don't get it. Like Virgie shouts the N-word. Oh, for hours and hours. And he gets like way better numbers than me. I mean, Virgie's hilarious, right? I don't think he intends to be that way, though.
He goes at least once a year to visit my mother. And yes, she found the place changed and much easier to
David
live in.
says Cuban
But of
sandwich
course she goes as a
technology is on
tourist,
point.
Mostly because she's going to spend 10 days.
Well,
or
yeah,
15.
there's a lot of good. The Ropa Vieja is like so good. There's like plantains, those little plantains that they cook up. Oh, fuck yeah. There's so many. There's so much good Cuban food.
They help out. And some other people come with the feeling that they went to the most gorgeous place in earth. So it's kind of confusing for me because what I left was hell, at least for this woman here.
Cuba?
The freighter prepares to return to the United States with an even more precious cargo, more than 1,000 relatives of those war prisoners who have been granted refuge in the U.S. They too pay a heavy price.
No.
Before they can leave, they have to surrender homes, cars, and jewelry.
Send them back. Send them back. Send them all back.
Their homeland farewell.
Royce, if you're listening, which I know you're not, you're going back, buddy. You're going back. And if you want to take Marie with you, that's fine too. She's not Cuban. She's like Armenian or something. But she can go back with you. And you're both We're going to put you back on the door, and we're going to set you adrift. Boom. And then you got to just drift back to Cuba. And you already know the language, so I think you're going to be okay. So, I guess I'll message you. Since I have your phone number and stuff. So, and I know where you live. So, I'll tell INS or ICE or whatever it is that there is a dangerous Cuban criminal living at this address, and they will expatriate you.
14 of the refugees are special cases, but they let
and I'll be there. I'll as they perp walk you out of the house, I'll be there laughing maniacally. And I need a robe. I really do need like a cult robe. The black shirt is nice. It's fine, but it's like it's not cult leader enough. I need to be more cult leadery.
The ship is riding high in the water.
Somebody send me a robe.
Worth the price.
Something, a robe.
Their homeland farewell. Authorities
some sort of cult outfit.
Overcrowding at the rails. It is
a collar? I don't know.
People who face an uncertain future, sure of but one thing, freedom. Stories of life in their homeland.
Arden Sheriff says, "Hello." He just drifts to southern Texas. No. It's going to be a door, but there's going to be like, a motor on it because I want to make sure he gets to where he needs to go. And not back to Texas or back to Florida or anywhere in the Gulf, right? You don't want to risk it. It's not worth it, right? Because if you send him adrift, and then he might even float up to New York where there's already plenty of Cubans. But the good thing about that is there's tons of Puerto Ricans. So they're kind of like a natural enemy, right, to the Cuban. So he might not fare so well.
Lives there once again.
But we'll see. He's not going. He's going back to Cuba. And all the Puerto Ricans in New York should also go back to Puerto Rico. I know Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay?
Things change in Cuba, you're gonna...
Just because we own your country doesn't mean you're allowed to just fill up our cities and stuff. That's not. Yeah, and you were born here. Get packing. Get fucking packing. If your grandparents were born here, then you're gone.
When I go back, I have friends
that's a minimum.
Have a very firm answer for that. But not me. I don't know. The sense of feeling useful somewhere is what drives.
And David says it's crazy how much Latins hate each other. Is it? Is it crazy how much Latinos, Latinxs, I don't fucking care, hate each other? I don't think it's that crazy. I think it's just people hate each other, dude. People just fucking hate each other, right? The English hate the Irish. The French hate the English. The Germans hate everyone not German. And the Israelis hate also everyone not Israeli. People just hate each other. There's okay, fucking cat. Go to Asia. Go to Asia and then go to Japan and then be like, hey, you look like a Korean. And you would be 100% right. You look, they look identical. But they would flip their shit and I don't know, politely ask you to stop calling them Koreans. Or Chinese. The Japanese hate the Chinese. Hate them. The Taiwanese hate the Chinese. They're the same people. They are the same. China and Taiwan, they're the same people. And when I say same, look into Chinese history and Taiwanese history. They're literally the same people. They're both Chinese. Right? But they fucking hate each other. Why? Because this generation was born on an island over here. And so now there's a fervent hatred that's boiled up inside of them. I don't get it. I don't really understand. But you know what I do? I hate without reason, without logic, right? Because it comes natural. It comes natural for me. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use all my hate words. I'm going to use all my hate feelings. and I'm going to just be a hateful person because I want to, and I can.
You to places. And I'm
Hey,
sure
King of all
if I find
pixels.
something useful to do in Cuba, I'll be back. But will that happen? Because I wouldn't have any other reason to go back.
So now the Germans are in my chat. Now the fucking Germans have come into my chat, and now they're like, let's get some schnitzel. And I'm like upset because you guys didn't invite me, and I like schnitzel. Schnitzel is good. It's really good. It's like a breaded. And a tribe. Wow. How about that? Wow. Like the Vandals and like the Visigoths and stuff like that. Wow. I learned something new.
Yeah, he's doing his best.
And I am also German. My mom's German.
Nowhere, I don't know.
Partially.
No, the root problem is something I stopped asking to myself because I don't have an answer. I was never able to root in there. I really had always the feeling that I wanted to leave that place, and I don't think I have roots here either. So I'm a ruthless person. And I know that for many people that's a big conflict, but I haven't found that to be so dramatic. Have you ever heard of...
David Thoreau says, it's like being charged with Africaning. And I'm using that. I'm using that now. That's fucking hilarious, David. That is perfect. That is perfect. All these... I can't even say it right? Because when I say it, oh, look at what these Africans did to this bridge. It's not the same. You know, if I say, look at what these Vandals did to this bridge, you'd be like, oh, they must have painted it and stuff like that. But if I'm like, look at what these Africans did, you're all like, oh, what were you doing around there? It sounds dangerous. Africanizing something is always dangerous. Bees. Bees. You make bees African, and they're going to be lazy and listless and not make honey.
Alicia Alonso.
It's true.
Her daughter runs also a ballet school in which I worked.
There's no bee fathers.
Before I left. Her name is...
The Hive is just exclusively bee moms, and they work. They try to make a living for their brood. So, God help them. You know, they're doing their best. The bee father went off for bee cigarettes, and I'll just stop this. This is stupid. I like being silly with you guys. I like. Okay, everything in Cuba is dingy. Everything in Havana is dingy and rusted and like it seems dirty. And I'm sure there's parts of Cuba that are very nice. There has to be, right? But the rest of it seems dusty. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the movies, right? Because they always have that kind of orange filter when they show Cuba or Havana, right? They always put that orange filter in front of the camera. So I'm like, oh, this must be a Latin country. That's such a weird thing to think. Like you put an orange filter on a camera and then like, oh, I'm in Poor Town. Oh, here we are in Brown Town, everybody. Yeah, everything's dilapidated because it's just a bunch of brown people here. King of all pixels says 1920s Havana was nicer than most of the U.S. I think that's true. I think Havana and Cuba was very prosperous before a bunch of shit happened. And the embargo and stuff like that. And yeah, I think Havana had a lot of money. They have a large Jewish population, which you wouldn't think is the case, but it kind of makes sense. Oh, there's like war and stuff. Is that a gay guy? That's a gay guy. That's a gay dude. Gay bro.
Where are you going on Sunday?
To the United States.
The fuck you are?
With the orchestra, with the ballet?
No, with only me to teach. Yes.
You teach often in New York?
Every year.
For how long?
For 2 months.
Amazing. So when can we talk to you?
Now. You know the difference between a ballet teacher and...
Thought says, I made you a new shirt, Sulk. I'll send you the design. Perfect. She designed these 2 shirts, and I really like them. I think they're the best designs. I didn't do that one. I didn't do the one behind me, this Sulk shirt, but I did the rest of them, which is only 3 other ones, which don't sell, except for this one. So we're going to have a new Thought shirt. Thank you, Thought. I appreciate that. I really like your work, and I will happily sell it for a profit that I won't share.
a terrorist.
Thank you.
You can negotiate with a terrorist.
Somebody in Miami recommended you to find you when we were in Cuba, and that was
King of All Pixels did Sulkamania. Okay, so King of All Pixels did the Sulkamania shirt, which is that one right there. So thank you, King. I appreciate that. Anybody who wants to chip in and like do my work for me, I will not stop you, and I will absolutely appreciate it. Ardenshire does he does all the editing. He does all the editing for this show. Rick kills people for me. Ric Flair hair kills people for me. Yeah. So
go and find Laura because she's an amazing.
There's lots of positions in the cult. There's lots of positions, not sex positions. Those are all filled.
And she has stories to tell.
I'm just
She's
kidding.
a good person.
You can do that too. I don't give a shit.
And she wanted to dance very badly.
Critical Thought says, I want no credit. It's only inspired by you. I don't care what you want. I'm going to give you credit anyway.
She started too late.
It's my show. It's my show. I give credit to who I want. Even if they didn't do anything.
She had the potential. If
she could have.
I'll be like, over there, officer, it was King of All Pixels' fault. He was the mastermind, and he led me to do those terrible things. And I can be extremely convincing when I want to be.
She started too late.
I really, really can.
Which is...
I married Jess, and
But
she
that's
was
her story.
hot. I mean, like, and I'm just like goofy and shit. I don't know how, but it worked.
She left the country.
I was like, hey, you want to hear some racial slurs? And she giggled. I don't know. I was like, okay.
I think every human being has a right to
Then here we
choose
are
where
7
they
years
live.
later. Get out of here,
It's your
cat.
right for happiness. If she thinks she's going to be happy there, please.
No, you can't resign.
I don't
You can't.
know why
King of All
she
Pixels says, I resign. There's no resignation, all right? Blood in, blood out, nigga. All right? Blood in, blood out. You want out, you die.
I really don't. But that's her decision, and I'm not going to mess up with that.
And you never thought of leaving.
King of All Pixels says, I love meat cutes, right? Yeah, so I was just on stage one day shouting the N-word over and over, and then Jess walks in, and she just really liked the way I hit that R, you know, and then we hit it off.
Leaving because of the
I really hit the hard R.
heavy burden.
I'm tough. And I
You got teeth like chiclets, lady. Like chiclets. You know the little gum? It's like I put chiclets in there. Those are fucked up.
not give up. I would never write the book.
King of All Pixels says, want to hear some racism? Yeah, that was it. That was it, dude. I don't think she was really listening to me. I think she was just turned on by my wicked hot body. And then later on, when she actually, we got married and stuff, and then she started to listen to my opinion, she had second thoughts. And too late. I got you signed, So here we are now. And I keep her in a box. I slide under the bed at night. That's where she sleeps. I like to fall asleep to the sound of her gently sobbing. Gives me an erection.
Because I want my parents
This is a stupid show.
remembered for the
This is a
good
stupid
they've
show,
done.
but you guys watch. So who's the stupid one?
Everything else is not really important. The good is more outweighs the bad.
Do you think it's the case with Alina's father?
I have no idea. It's not my decision. It's hers. I live in Cuba and I work in Cuba.
You shouldn't ask these questions.
I know what you're trying to ask, but I can't.
Despite what we've heard, says that should be a Hallmark Channel movie where the cute girl meets the racist. Like, I'm just curb stomping, and then she walks up and she's like, I really like how you showed no mercy. And then, there's piano music and then like a soft glow. Oh yeah, I'm sure Hallmark will definitely greenlight that. I'm sure, right? I'm sure. American History Sex. That's what This is a gang rap. Look at them. Why is everyone sitting around? Oh, they're working on a 70-year-old car. It looks like the hood. I want to go to Cuba. I really do. Che Guevara. Dude, I fucking hate Che Guevara. I'm not like I know a lot about him, but I hate the people who wear Che Guevara t-shirts and have Che Guevara posters and stuff like that. And like, that's okay. He's a politician, right? And he's a communist. And I don't like communists, but I fucking hate politicians. So, and you're like 16 and you're in high school and you're wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt and like you're not supposed to be labeled as gay for doing that. You're gay. You're a gay person, right? And they're like, well, he actually made communism work and stuff. No, he didn't. No, he fucking didn't. No, you know why? You know how I know? Because, well, it ain't working now. He didn't do that. All right. Communism doesn't work. It just doesn't. It makes one person or a small handful of people insanely rich. And not even for like selling goods or anything. Not even running companies. Just having a country. Having a country. Not leading a country or building a country. Having a country. I don't like communists. I don't like communists one bit. I don't like politicians. That's a hard stance. That's a hard stance. Thanks for coming, guys. And welcome back to me and to you to the year 2025, where we are in the future and things will be bright and prosperous and everyone will get laid all the time. Well, in my cult, apparently they will. Stay tuned for Critical Thoughts new shirt. Maybe it will have my tiny nipple signature. Maybe it will not. We have to see. We have to see. I'm sure it will be up on the store soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you learned I don't like communists. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming. I have to go. I have to go and be with my people because it is my duty, and I will do that. So have a great night. Be peaceful and be strong. Get out there and make something of yourself. Take what I told you and apply it to your everyday. And be strong, be capable, be willful. Don't let people control the things you say. That is actually, I'm very serious. Don't let people do that. Anyways, guys, you get out there, have a wonderful evening, drink some water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves because I care about you too. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fist growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster too. Government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth. Setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud. Born like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke. Unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.